If he isn't there, he can't smell your hair. It must be time to set our clocks back or change the water filter because Sleepy Joe Biden is addressing the press again. You've noticed President Biden's had one news conference in 83 days. To put that in perspective, that's 83 Mayfly lifespans. Also, he barely tweets. Not even his old-timey insults from the campaign trail when he called people dog-faced pony soldiers or lily-livered flopdoodles and other sick burns from the Civil War era. It's so different from the Joe we used to know, the electrifying speaker who plagiarized from only the best. These days, we're on the edge of our seats waiting for the man who could barely stand up from his. And he hasn't done interviews. He makes speeches, but usually on the teleprompter. Well, Politico says that's the strategy. Yet it's awfully suspicious that Biden's team openly admits it's better if he doesn't talk. And when they're not taking turns hiding Joe's car keys, the White House communications team is relying on cabinet secretaries to talk policy, unless it's to a world leader. Kamala handles those. And they answer the tough questions early on a Sunday morning while Joe has some cocoa and does the jumble, which oddly makes sense to him in the original form. And then he calls it a night when the rest of us are calling it 3 p.m. It feels weird to have a president that doesn't engage with the press. I mean, after 4 years of this.
I just told him I've got to come over and see the fake news. Let's go.
Right now, what do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say.
Mr. President, my second question.
That's enough. Thank you very much. Please. That's enough. Between you people, don't talk to me that way. You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to the president that way.
It never gets old. Maybe Joe Biden saw how the press treated Trump and thought, I don't want to talk to them either. Right, Joe?
I don't need to talk to the press all day. I don't like to talk anyway. I'm a good listener. Yes, Dr. Jill, she knows. And I keep up with what's going on. I know the news. I got the phonograph on, the record player. Anything else, I leave it to George Pataki. Jen Psaki. She's good. She was governor of New York before that Cuomo guy. He had a good run. I told him, don't squeeze the Charmin.
Laura, do you miss it? I mean, when you watch the before and after, it's pretty stark.
I mean, how boring is everything now? And we knew this was going to happen. Yeah. I mean, look, whether you loved President Trump or you hated him, he was the most transparent president in a long time that America has seen. You saw him. He used to love to walk out there and all right, let's go. The fake news. Everybody loved that. And now we get nothing from Joe Biden. I mean, he can barely get through these teleprompter speeches. I wouldn't even call it a press conference so much that he's had. But how boring. It's just really kind of sad.
You know what, Kat, you know what it reminds me of? Trump was just like the guy in the first block talking to CNN. That's why everybody liked it. Because when he'd get in the breath, he would just go, oh, it's tired of this. He would just start swearing. It was not swearing, but it was like, that's what we needed.
Look, I don't understand, and I have the common narrative of people is, oh, I'm not worried anymore now that Biden is the president, and I'm not hearing anything crazy. And I don't understand having that mindset that if you don't know or see something that nothing bad could be happening.
Yes.
I prefer bad or good. The more that we know, allow me to at least know what to be upset about.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm just blanket upset at everything.
Biden is like a pug's fart. Silent but deadly. I mean, look, he's a bit, Matt, he's like the kind...
I'm not following you. Just give it to me one more time.
Small dogs.
You can borrow my French bulldog if you
Small
want.
dogs tend to just explode.
Yes.
But my point is this, is that we've been trained to think that Joe Biden is this kindly old gentleman, but he's a vessel for the most progressive politics.
Yeah.
And they're sliding right through.
By the way, he was never that kind. He's been at this game a long time. Talked to people like Clarence Thomas and others. He's been a pretty ruthless politician. Look, people said what was going on in the Trump White House was crazy. Let me tell you, that was the most honest moment we've had in politics in a long time. This is crazy. We have a president who gets handed cards.
Yes.
And, you know, you're doing a pretty good job with what you're doing over here with the camera, but he's having some trouble over there with trying to read what this is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to speak now. I mean, I actually have to say this. I have compassion.
Me too.
For his performance, because I'm like, let him go home. Let him take a nap. That's enough. We get it, you know. Send the staff out there to make the announcements. I think it's better.
Yeah, when I'm that age, I'm home in bed watching Forensic Files until I collapse.
I'll be dead.
Well, you will. Tyrus, you know, I don't think that Biden's strategy is that bad. It's exactly what my wife does when she has friends over. She always tells me to go somewhere and just stay away. And she never tells me why, but she says, you know, I'm having friends.
Well, after the show, I'll explain to you why. Right? I really feel that this is not Biden's plan. I feel like he's being held hostage because he's probably thinking, if I'm not out mixing it up and talking and getting my point across and my agenda, how am I ever going to get reelected? And his team's like, and no one's told him yet, you know. You know, like I got this, guys. I'll go ahead. You know, I'm a talker. I can do. We'll just stick to the script, please, sir.
He asks, "Can I take questions?" at the end of.
No, and then they show him a picture of the shepherd. The shepherd gets it if you talk, right? Because they're already leaking. Well, I've seen this a million times. They're leaking on stories about the shepherd. The shepherd has to go to school now. Like that's the hostage. That's what he's wrapping him up with. Like, you do what we say, and the dog doesn't get it.
I had a similar experience with a German Shepherd.
Okay.
Not the dog. Spent some time in the woods.
Not looking.
Call me Hans.